You know, if you don't listen to nobody else, if you don't listen to anything that goes contrary to what you believe in, how do you know that it's true? As you can see, bro, there's people standing outside and everything. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Everybody's talking to somebody, basically. That one dude right here, that one dude right there, he might not be talking. I don't know if you can see him, but basically it's like, I don't know, man. You know, me going here and being by myself is very intimidating. All right, so I went to church, right? I went to church last night, and I was really anxious. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was super anxious. My anxiety was kicking in. You know, sometimes you might, you know, if you deal with anxiety, sometimes you might think that it's gone until you get put in a position where it's triggered again, you know, and then everything that you thought you were done with, it comes back again, you know. So that's what I was dealing with. Most of the time my anxiety kicks in when I feel like, not just because I'm in a social interaction, but I feel like I'm gonna be in an environment full of other people that are cool with other people. Like I'm just a lone wolf, and then I'm gonna be around a bunch of other people who are in like cliques, right? That's when my anxiety usually kicks in the most. And that's what was happening for like a little bit, I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody actually invited me to the church, some old high school classmates, right? I'm not really cool with them. I felt like it was going to be kind of a cordial thing or whatever. I didn't know what type of vibe it was going to be like, so I already had the mindset of I'm gonna go in this place and then I'm gonna be like the only one by myself, like lone wolf. This is my first time. When I pulled up to the church, right, it was a church for like college age students, like 18 to 25, right? When I pulled up, I noticed this don't look like the church that I'm used to. You know, this was a lot of Caucasian people. If you can't tell, I'm black. So I already knew from the jump I was gonna stand out. I'm a tall black dude with nappy hair. Everybody else is like white people or whatever, you know? I already know I'm gonna stand out, you know? I already know I'm gonna stand out. The classmate of mine, you know, she texted me and then she's like, "Are you coming in?" And I was like, damn, you know what? Shit, I can't back down now. I already came here. I was thinking about the worst possibility in my head of like what could happen when I go in here. Oh, they're gonna judge me, or oh, they're gonna, like, everything that I could possibly think about bad, I thought about it going up to there, right? I gotta follow through. So I got out the car, and you know, once I get out the car, once I'm walking towards there, I can't show no type of nervousness on my face. I can't do none of that. Great thing that somebody noticed that it was my first time there. It was this white dude, of course. He's like, "Oh, this is your first time here?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." I didn't even say nothing, but then he was like, "Oh, do this." And then he sent me to a group of these other guys who worked there. And they was like, "Oh, it's your first time? Congrats. I hope that you enjoy it. What do you like to do?" All the, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then I was like, "How did you guys know this was my first time?" And for some reason, I thought that was a good-ass question. I really thought that was a good-ass question. You think they wouldn't notice one of the few black people here? You know? Like, obviously nobody else there really looks like me. You know, it's pretty easy to point out somebody that looks like me. But one of the guys, I asked him if he knew that I was new here, and he was like, not necessarily, because you came up here with a pretty confident demeanor. So I was like, okay, so I did good on that department. Usually I look the part, but internally I don't feel the part, you know? So it's like, I guess sometimes you can't really tell. I'm the only one that's really having this chaotic energy within me, right? But anyways, we walk in the place, you know, he's talking about the place. You know, as soon as I walk inside the main area of the church, everybody's just looking at me, dog. And I'm like, oh my God. No. I'm like, damn, bro. I mean, I knew I was gonna stand out. As soon as I pulled up to that place, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stand out. But, you know, as soon as I walk in the place, I see everybody just turning around, looking at me. For whatever reason, you know, whether they're like, oh, this guy looks cool, or, oh, I've never seen this person before, or whatever, you know. They were all just looking at me. Great thing, I found my old high school classmates who were there. They waved me down, and I walked to them. You know, I was greeting people. Hey, how you doing? You know, even though I was nervous, even though whatever, I'm not gonna give you that energy that I'm nervous. You know, I'm gonna act cool. I'm gonna be cordial. I'm gonna be as social as I possibly can be. I've gotten so much better and so much further than I ever have when it comes to social ability and social skills. Like, you can't even tell sometimes that I'm anxious. I'm really proud of myself for being able to do that, right? So anyways, you know, I sit down. I already knew what the music was likely going to sound like. Once I saw the acoustic guitar, I was like, okay, yeah, I already know what this is about to be. You know, the kind of country acoustic guitar, church music, you know, Christian music. And it was that basically, you know. I know none of the songs. I know none of them songs, you know. But I was vibing. And, you know, I'm not really discriminatory when it comes to genres. I literally listen to everything, bro. I'll listen to anything except for country music. So, you know, it was what it was, you know. The drummer was like a rock drummer, right? I could tell, you know, he was solid on the drums. That amped me up a little bit, you feel me? Not saying that anything is wrong with it, it's just different for me. You know, based off of my experiences, it's different for me. And there was one girl who's performing on the stage, right? She was a black girl. And like in between songs, you know, like when they have the speaker come up and then kind of introduce the next song and what's the meaning of it and stuff. There was one shawty up there who's performing, and then she kept on eyeing me, bro. She kept on eyeing me, like smirking at me and stuff. I was like, yo, we in the church, but you looking, you know, you looking like, shawty was looking like she was ready to sin. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it is what it is. You know, like after the music is done, they have a speaker come up, right? Her name was Heather. Shout out to Heather. It was a lot of textbook storytelling, right? Like you read a section in the book, in the Bible, right? And then they explain what it means. I was like, okay, cool. I don't really know what this means, because a lot of the time they use certain lingo that I don't necessarily know what they mean, what they talking about, right? You know, that's just me personally. I didn't know exactly what they were talking about sometimes. But you know, she got to explaining it a little bit later. One thing she kept on saying was, you are the church. Meaning, I guess, being a help to somebody, being that vessel to help somebody in their life outside of the physical church, right? It's a solid message, because a lot of people feel like they have to be in church to be whatever, to get a message, to whatever, you know. She's like, do you have to be in the church, in the physical church, to be a Christian or to be help, right? And then she's like, I don't have to go home to be married, but it sure does help, you know. And I was like, yeah, she got a point there, you know. She got a point. Another point that she made was she was raised in the church, and the fact that she was raised in the church and saw all the bad things that happen in the church as well as the good things, and still decide to stay there, says a lot. And I'm like, okay, I feel you with that, because a lot of people, I feel like, may try to ignore the bad things that happen in the church. Like, there's so many, bro, there's no community on this earth that's completely perfect and pure, and none of that. You know, there's every community that has something wrong with it, right? So yeah, I think that was a pretty good point as well. Yeah, that happened. You know, they did the music at the end, you know, the exiting thing, and then we was out, you feel me? So yeah, man, that's what the experience was. I know a lot of y'all may question, like, would I consider myself a Christian, or what religion would I say I believe in? Like, I don't really, for me personally, I don't like to categorize myself in a certain religion or whatever, or a certain, like, I don't like to really categorize myself. I'm just here learning, you know. I'm here to learn. I'm here to help people, you know. I don't really like to put myself in a box or a label or whatever. But I would say that I enjoyed it, you know. I'm glad that I went. And one thing that I found in the spiritual community is a lot of people they do the same thing that they criticize Christians for doing, right? The Christian church for doing. They judge other people because they believe in a certain religion or a certain belief, right? They're like, oh, you go to church, oh, so you mean that you believe in all this stuff. All that stuff is fake. Like, they're ready to judge you as soon as you tell them what label you're in, right? Spiritual people do that to Christians. Christians do it to everybody else, right? Not all, of course, but there are a lot of people who do it in these certain communities. And I think that's the problem with a lot of communities, whether you call yourself spiritual or a Christian or a Buddhist, Muslim, no matter what you believe in, right? There's a lot of people who like to judge people. It's like they try to divide people. They're like, I'm good and you're evil. I'm the hero and you're the enemy, right? A lot of people like to do that, and I feel like that's completely against what you believe in. For the most part, for most religions, for most communities, the goal is not to divide people, but to bring people together. Peace, like The goal is for peace and for unity, not dividing, not division, right? At least like a decent church, you know, you're gonna find out that it's not people who are trying to divide others. You know, those are the extremists, and there's an extremist in every single group. They're always talking about being helpful, helping people, being a good vessel for the universe, you feel me? And you know, that's what I got from being there. You know, one day I would like to go in other religious temples, right? I would like to go, like, if that's possible, if I can understand them, like if they speak English, you know, I would love to do it. I would love to try just to see different perspectives. I love hearing different perspectives. I love learning, and I love taking one thing that I learned from one place and then bringing it to another group of people who may have not heard this perspective before, you know? If you so gung-ho on what you believe in, like, I'm a Christian, so I'm only going to listen to Christian values, only going to listen to Christian people, and if you're a Muslim or if you're a Buddhist, I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say. When you do that, you're hindering yourself from growth, you're hindering yourself from learning things, right? Because how do you know what you believe in is true? You know, if you don't listen to nobody else, if you don't listen to anything that goes contrary to what you believe in, how do you know that it's true? You know, you bias. You just like the other people. You just like the other people that you criticize that don't believe in the stuff that you believe in. You're not even listening to what they have to say, to what they believe in. You're not listening to nobody but what you believe in. And you're going to be ignorant just like everybody else that you criticize, you know? And I don't really like that. I don't like when people are like, I believe in this, and I don't even give anybody else a chance to offer up their perspective, you know? Like I said, I'm all-seeing Ty, so I always try to see things from multiple perspectives, right? But yeah, man, when I was in that car, I was really contemplating like if I want to go in or not, because my anxiety was really kicking in. But I was like, yo, I know this will be a good thing to talk about on my YouTube channel. You know, maybe this will help somebody. Maybe somebody would feel me, you know. I would go there again, you know. Not my favorite place, but I think it is a positive place to be in. You know, when I did pull up, even though I did see a lot of groups of people talking to each other, which can kind of be intimidating for me, me having social anxiety, like me seeing a group of people outside of a place, and you know, me being like by myself, you know, that can be intimidating sometimes. But at the same time, it's people hugging each other, like it's dudes hugging other dudes, you know. That's how you know it's a place of positivity and peace and, you know, of love, you feel me? And I feel like no matter what they believe in, that's a great place to be in, you know. That's the presence that you want to be in rather than a negative place, right? I hope y'all can learn something from this. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't like the video, but like really don't dislike the video though. Please don't dislike it. Leave a comment if you wish, and subscribe for more content from All Seeing Ty. And I'm out, man. Peace.